Okay, now we also have this example. Solve x squared minus 4 equals 0. So in our notes, we solve it by factoring. Okay, well first there's no greatest common factor. Is it a difference of squares? Yes, it is. So we can say x plus 2 times x minus 2 equals 0. So solve, set each factor equal to 0. And we get x equals negative 2 and x equals 2. So x equals positive and negative 2. That's what this plus or minus represents. Or, instead of going through this whole factoring process, you could solve it by taking a square root. Because if you notice, we only have two terms, so I could actually add 4 to both sides and get x squared equals 4. And then we can do the opposite of squaring, do the same thing to both sides, which is a square root. So I can go ahead and square root both sides. And now, in the notes there, it went through and explains why it has to be plus or minus, because we don't know if we're taking the square root of a positive or a negative. So this is basically x equals plus or minus the square root of 4. So x equals plus or minus 2, because the square root of 4 is 2. Now this is an example where it could be used by factoring or taking the square root. This next example we're going to use, you can't solve it both ways.